Depression was the best thing that ever happened to me. I know. I know how this sounds. So let me explain. In this video, I'll be sharing 3 things depression taught me. This is a story I never thought I would share. For 3 years, I was breaking. I couldn't feel joy. I couldn't even remember who I was. I lost everything I had built my world around, including my sense of self. I isolated, I questioned everything, including God and sense of purpose. I questioned why I was here. Nothing made sense to me anymore. I was suicidal a couple of times. But one thing I didn't know at the time was that I was actually going through spiritual awakening. If you're new to the word spiritual awakening, I already did a video explaining what it is. I'm going to link it here. I'll also link it in the description so you can go catch up on that. I shared in details what spiritual awakening is. I did not know at the time that I was actually going through spiritual awakening. On the day 31st of December 2021, the crossover to 2022, I remember sitting on my bed crying, and just that felt like my cry for help, and it felt like the last call. Out of that place, that darkness, that pit I was in, I cried and I just said the prayer to God. I was just like, okay, God, if you're there, please help me, help drag me out of this hole I'm in. That began a journey. Somewhere in that darkness, I started listening. I won't say hearing, because I believe even whilst I was in that place, that darkness, God was always speaking to me, but I wasn't listening. And from listening, that depression became a doorway for me, a doorway to my truth, to the silence beneath the noise, and a doorway to the soul that I had buried beneath the survivor and the traumas I was dealing with at the time. Going through that journey of being depressed for 3 years, strip away layers of who I thought I was until only what was real remained. In that journey, I met my shadows, the parts of me I judged, the parts of me that I abandoned, my inner child, my inner teenager, dealing with my abandonment wounds and traumas, the grief I had ignored prior to the time I lost my dad. And before I went into this depression, I used to be a very highly sensitive, but I was very emotional. I cried when I was happy. I cried when I was sad. I cried about everything, right? And then, yeah, I was going through one of the toughest times of my life, losing my dad, and I couldn't cry. The grief was just locked up inside of me. It wouldn't come out. So yeah, I met the grief that I had ignored. I met my self-worth that I had tied to being perfect, pleasing, and productive. And slowly, I stopped running from all this. I had to sit with it, allow the trauma, the pain, and the shadow, allow them teach me what I needed to learn and unlearn and relearn at the time. My healing didn't come at once. It came in whispers. It came in soul nudges. It came in me listening to my intuition. It came with me just taking step of faith, having to do the work, doing the work. Yeah, I say that twice because doing the work is hard, but I had to do it. I found out that every little step I was taking towards my healing was doing something, was bringing me back to the surface and out of that hole of depression I had fallen into. Choosing myself on the days I felt unworthy, and remembering that feeling empty doesn't mean that I'm broken, but it means that I am being emptied for something sacred. So yeah, 4 things my 3 years of depression taught me. 1, that rock bottom can be holy ground. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters is choosing not to remain there. 2, that stillness, just being still, being prior to this time, I'm the go. I was a workaholic. I love to work. This period had to force me into stillness, force me to to be isolated, to sit with myself, to sit with my thoughts. I learned that not doing anything and just being still is not failure, but a soul reset. You can hit this reset button as many times as your journey requires. 3, that darkness holds depth and not shame. Even coming out to tell someone that you're depressed comes with a lot of shame. Like when I come up to talk to someone about my mental health, sometimes we attach shame to it. No, darkness holds depth. It's only pointing you to areas of yourself that is expanding. It means you're expanding more than your current capacity, and you need to go inward so you could build capacity for this expansion. When I say darkness, I do not mean it in the woo woo whatever. It's just that absence of color. It looks like there's an absence of color, but really what that is just presence of all the color, right? Just absence of light. I guess that's what I'll say, but really is not absence of light. The white and the black are both polarities of each other. They are the opposite of each other. Where there's light, there's dark, and where there's dark, there's light. And guess what? Someday very soon, that darkness will become a lighthouse to someone or to people in the future, just like as I'm able to now share my story to also help others. 4, that spiritual awakening often looks like falling apart first. Like the world as you know it, life as you know it will literally crumble before your eyes first. This is to reveal the true you. So I chose to do this very short video today, just to speak to someone, my love. Yes, I'm talking to you that is currently going through the thick of it. This video is for you, and I have this to say to you. You are not too far gone. I was suicidal. See, the only thing that made me not actually go ahead to, unleave myself was this fear. Back there's this thing they used to say that if you unleave yourself, you will go to hell. And for me, it felt like I was already living hell on earth. So why do I want to go live in eternal hell after this place? So that was the only reason why I did not actually make the choice to unleave myself. You are not too far gone. You are not too sensitive, because most times people that deal with mental health issues, they tend to label us as overly sensitive. Yeah, and that was the reason why, like I mentioned earlier, I used to be very, very emotional, very emotionally sensitive. Like little thing, I'm boiling my eyes out. But I got to a place where I had to shut all that emotion in, because I remember my friends kept telling me that you're too soft, you're too sensitive, and any little thing you just start crying. Some will even say don't tell her anything, because the next thing I should start crying, right? So yeah, you're not too sensitive. And I also want to remind you that you are not alone. You're blooming in the dark. You're blooming in the dark. Just like when a seed is planted, it's planted in the dark. It's in the seed. There's absence of light inside the soil where the seed is. To the outside eyes, it feels like that seed is dead. Actually, it's growing. There's a rebirth going on. It's just a matter of time, and for the seed to come out and then open up so the world can see. That's basically what's going on with you. The sunflower right there, that sunflower, I love sunflowers because, and it's something I picked up from my journey, became my sign with God. One lesson I learned with the sunflower is the sunflower closes up, and when it starts blooming, it opens to reveal 1,000 seeds. So yeah, that's what you're currently doing. You're blooming in the dark. It's just a matter of time. There'll be light again. The light will open up again. Everything, I promise you, one thing that is constant, only one thing is constant in this life, and that is change. If the pendulum swings, it must swing back, right? So yeah, this will pass. It might seem like it's taking forever, but trust me, it will pass. You're blooming in the dark, and the light will meet you where you are. All you need to do is just be open, reach out for help. I did that. If you don't want to reach out to external help, reach out to your internal help. It might seem like you're alone, but you're not alone. You have company of people, of guides, angels surrounding you to help you. I know I'm sounding overly spiritual right now, but yeah, it's the truth. Just reach out within, ask like just go within and ask, and trust me, the light will meet you. My name is Tej. Like I said, I've been through the thick of it, 3 years of being depressed and suicidal. Yeah, the last 5 years has been one of like, not one of, has been the toughest years of my life. But here I am, blooming through it, shining my light in spite of it and because of it. So this is an healing space I am building for people like you and people like me. Um, if when I was going through my own journey, if I had like a community or just someone to hold my hands through it, I'm sure my journey would have been a lot easier. So I want to be that person for you. I want to hold that space for you, right? So I'm building a space of for healing, a space that is soft, soul-led, and real. So if this video touched something in you, share it with someone you think needs to hear it. Are you experiencing mental health issues in form of depression? I'd love to hear your thoughts. How did you go through it? If you've gone through that process, please share your thoughts in the comments. And I'm sure there are other people that are watching this video that would read your comment, and your comments would really mean so much to them, or your story rather would mean so much to them. Please stick around for more soul healing content like this. Let's heal together. And until my next video, I love you.